The feds is looking at this, and they're coming to round up everybody who has something to do with this. And I want everybody to know Keefe D, he wants to basically get himself off the hook with this one, because he know that it was basically, the money was put in his hands by Puff Daddy.
On Friday, September 29th, 2023, they finally arrested the man responsible for the murder of Tupac. The man, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, was arrested in Las Vegas, Nevada, 27 years after the crime was committed. Dwayne Davis is accused of being the man who orchestrated the entire thing and was the big man in charge. Las Vegas Police Lieutenant Jason Johansson stated Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed the crime, and he orchestrated the plan that was carried out. In Nevada, the law states that even the act of assisting to commit murder can hold a murder charge. And according to police, he was the man who set up the whole plan in motion. So that's definitely assisting to commit the murder of Tupac. Dwayne Davis is now a 60-year-old. He was able to live his whole life after poor Tupac was sent up at the age of 25 years old. Davis was arrested while on a walk in Las Vegas, his own Las Vegas neighborhood. The Nevada grand jury on the case has indicted Dwayne Davis as the self-proclaimed gangster on one count of murder with a deadly weapon, and he is due in court the first week of October. The grand jury also voted to add a sentencing enhancement of gang activity, and that could potentially add on another 20 years if Dwayne Davis is convicted. Dwayne Davis is the uncle of one of Tupac's known enemies, Orlando Anderson. So police already have a connection between a negative feeling that Davis would have for Tupac and Tupac being sent up. Unfortunately, though, Orlando Anderson died 2 years after Tupac, so he's not available to be questioned or charged for Tupac's murder. Puff Daddy, legally known as Sean Combs, reportedly put a $1 million hit out on Tupac. And though he denies those claims and denies that ever happened, Dwayne Davis's book, Compton Street Legend, Keefe D, states that he had a relationship with Puffy, saying, if I wouldn't have met him, I wouldn't be in this. And he repeats that sentiment a few times, referencing to Puff Daddy. So between the whole situation of Orlando Anderson having negative feelings, and then the fact that Puff Daddy put out a $1 million hit on Tupac, and the fact that Keefe D is admitting that he knew Tupac, or he knew Puff Daddy. He had a tie to Puff Daddy, and basically blaming him in that statement from his book, saying, if I wouldn't have ever met him, I wouldn't be in this. That is ties. That shows, that's, read between the lines here. This is showing it. So again, according to Lieutenant Johansson, the team on the case had pieced together the incident just months after the shooting, but sadly at the time, they lacked the evidence, the physical evidence, to proceed with arrests or charges. They knew who was guilty for 27 years, almost 3 decades, but they had no physical evidence to tie anybody to the crime. Back in July, they got approved for a search warrant for Dwayne Davis's house in Henderson, Las Vegas, where he was arrested in September. And they were able to gather enough evidence. They found totes of photos dating years back. They found his memoir, a copy of his memoir. They found pictures of Tupac, posters of Tupac. It's surreal. The things that they found in his house, considering that he admitted to being in the Cadillac that shot up Tupac. It's creepy, the stuff that they found that had to do with Tupac in Dwayne Davis's house. So in 2019, when he published his memoir, Compton Street Legend, he admits to being in the Cadillac that and then another 4 years later, they finally got a warrant and arrested him. The police knew all along, but they could not proceed without the necessary evidence, the physical evidence that they needed. They needed a strong trial. They didn't want it to get thrown out. And unfortunately, it took 27 years. So 27 years later, hopefully, that's what they have, a strong argument, a strong trial, strong evidence. So that way, Tupac's friends and family can finally get some justice and some closure after nearly 3 decades. Rest in peace, Tupac. Hopefully we get justice for you.
They was riding on the tank with a green army jacket. The green army jacket people, the people who came out and they about to give this interview. I want y'all to understand that, look, the green army jacket people is the witness.
Exactly. I want everybody to really look at this because Tupac Shakur, he shouldn't have never went out like that. In the police cam, it shows clearly. Once they instantly pulled over to the side, they tried to fool Tupac because they saw him leave from at that casino. As soon as he left from at that casino in North Carolina, I want y'all to really look at this, man. They said that this is where they tried to block him off, and then the other dude, he hopped out the passenger side of the car. He ran around the hood of the car right there by the light. Y'all know the small little yellow light? They instantly start blowing. Once they instantly got up on the front of Tupac near windshield, this is where they was instantly able to look him right in the eyes, man, and start blowing. Man, it's sad that this had to happen because Tupac, he knew for a fact that he should have been instantly behind that wheel. If he was behind the wheel, he would have instantly been able to get up out of there. And Tupac brother already said that. Let Tupac would have been driving. And I want everybody to know that the accountability needs to be held for the dudes that did this, because behind them, and then they was right there in the front of them. This is where they blocked all them 7 cars off. And that one car, y'all know, that one car that they hopped out of, that was the car that they instantly said, they identified it, man. And I want y'all to know that the witness, they was there right there standing on the sidewalk when they was right there instantly blowing at the car. This is why Suge Knight instantly tried to instantly get up out of there. They said that these people is the same people who told Tupac right before he left, hey man, hey, you better be straight, boy, because you know they said Tupac had to fight, man, and everybody saw the fight. And everybody saw for a fact that Suge Knight, he broke it up. He told dude, watch out, man, before I knock last one of y'all out. Y'all already know for a fact how Suge Knight get out. He almost 7 feet tall, and everybody know for a fact that Snoop Dogg is the main one who spoke out and said that Tupac Shakur brother, he was the main one who got the body cam footage. He had to get the body cam footage from everything that happened.
Exactly. They seen the body cam footage where Tupac stumped the dude out. They dragged him to the curb and everything right there in front of the casino. This is what made the guys mad in the first place, man, because at the end of the day, they was looking for Pac the whole entire time. The rapper, he knew a lot of people, and you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, once they caught up to dude, he left a lot of trail, man. This is what made them come back after all these years, because Tupac was such a big name that they had no choice but to come back. It's a lot of brownie points associated with this. Y'all gotta realize that they said the whole entire thing is because the people trying to get their whole entire team.
The feds are getting everyone around the Tupac situation. Keefe D was one person who was there at the scene, who was identified with the suspect who was arrested for the 1996 murder of rapper Tupac Shakur. How is it that Vlad was the one at fault. Everybody sat back and saw Keefe D, he exposed himself. Everybody thought that it was gonna real life not be as extensive as what it is, but it ended up leading him in jail. So now Keefe D locked up. The feds are investigating Puff Daddy for one reason, because Puff Daddy was the mastermind behind this whole situation. Vlad was the main one who ended the video as soon as he said that, is he trying to get him locked up? Keefe D, he sat back and saw. He knew for a fact that for these people who set the ambush for the murder of Tupac Shakur, they was the main ones who was under Keefe D wing. And Puff Daddy, he told it all. Puff Daddy, he basically stated that this is something that happens time to time, but he know for a fact he wasn't involved. He know that the feds are coming to get the people who are at the scene. Puff Daddy was not in Las Vegas the night of the murder of Tupac Shakur. Too many people, including the rappers, put themselves in the mix of all these crimes that's going on. Everything that's going on in LA. I want everybody to understand this is a sad situation, but we see this happen from time to time. Snoop Dogg and Suge Knight should have stayed out the way when they knew that Tupac just had fought this dude Orlando Brown in the MGM casino. Especially after buying Death Row, this is something that everybody knew for a fact. Tupac was signed to that label. Tupac was the main one who was there basically making Suge Knight the money. And I know a lot of people say that Tupac was took out the game for a senseless reason. I know that for a fact. R.I.P. Tupac. I want y'all to throw them Tupacs down in the comment section if y'all rocking with Tupac. Suge Knight tried to warn Snoop. Suge Knight tried to warn Snoop Dogg about this, man. Suge Knight tried to warn Snoop Dogg about this, man. I know everybody, they want to send their condolences out to Tupac. Drop them Tupacs down in the comment section if y'all want justice for Tupac. P. Diddy could have put that $1 million somewhere else instead of in the hands of Orlando Brown and Keefe D. This is what led Tupac to get sent up, and we went down. We traveled all the way from Memphis all the way down to Koval Lane and Flamingo. We saw the scene. We saw the memorial. We're going to literally sit back and see if this is going to pass over, but we need them to make a bigger memorial for Tupac because he was a well-known artist who helped and who basically impacted a lot of people around the world. For the fact that it's been 27 years and Puff Daddy, he paid out the money for Tupac Shakur to get sent up. I want everybody to know, countless acts. I want everybody to understand, man, this is something that Snoop Dogg, he didn't think that it was going to come down on the shooters and the suspects that's involved in this, but the evidence point right to the people who was around. I want to let everybody know that Gene Deal, he was just raided not too long ago, and the footage was released after nearly 27 years. Now Tupac family and his friends can finally get some closure and some justice. We know that this shouldn't have never happened, and I hope they take all their ass down. They got Keefe D. I want everybody to know they locked up Keefe D, and everybody behind him, they going down regardless of what they say or what they do. Everybody who was in that Cadillac either dead or in jail. I want y'all to really understand, man, this happened every day in the hood. And I want y'all to know, drop y'all cash apps down in the comment section. We doing the cash app giveaway today. R.I.P. Tupac, man. Let me know if y'all rocking with Tupac. Hit the subscribe button if y'all new to the channel. I want everybody to send their condolences just by basically jumping out there and throwing them Tupacs down in the comment section. I know a lot of people sit back and say, what about his family? His family is grieving right now. They looking at the fact that they didn't know that Keefe D had something to do with it, and it's all linked to Puff Daddy. Everybody know that P. Diddy was the main one who put this into motion. This is why it happened in Las Vegas, because he already paid them from Oakland, California to go out there and do it. I want y'all to understand, man, this is breaking broadcasting news, y'all. Big Zip was the one who gave them the guns. I want everybody to know Big Zip, he exposed the whole play. And I know that they ran the dirty play on Tupac. Tupac was hanging out the window when they spotted him. As soon as they spotted him, this is where they cocked back the pistol. As soon as they cocked it back, He instantly told dude in the back seat to start blowing. This is why Suge Knight was the first one who got hit. Next thing you know, Tupac, he ended up getting hit up in the side. This is why y'all all see them hit up the side of the passenger door. They saw that Tupac was pulling right there, and they knew for a fact that they could have easily just kept going. They said that the females who was standing right there, the fans, they was the one hollering, Tupac, there go Tupac. That's what gave them the identification, like, oh, that's him right there. We can just get him right now. I want y'all to know, if y'all into it with somebody, only way that they gonna instantly do something to you in public is if y'all deeply into it and y'all is some blood been shed. They could have just kept rolling, and they ain't even have to roll up on Tupac. Y'all know for a fact that it's all over a fight. At the end of the day, man, another guy gone. And I know for a fact that Tupac was helping the community, and everybody sit back and they look at it like, man, Tupac was supposed to play this role, man. Tupac did what he had to do. This is why he didn't care. He had no fear in him. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. The ops come and go, but we can never bring another Tupac back. I think that they should have a bigger memorial for Tupac where they show, like, basically, like, it's blocked off to where only people who true fans of Tupac can come over there so that they won't try to mess it up. I want y'all to understand this is a sad situation. And if y'all rocking with Tupac, let me know in the comment section. Throw them Tupacs down there. I want y'all to really pay attention and really open y'all eyes to the key facts of what's going on. Big Zip, he said that Puff Daddy paid $1 million to Keefy D. This is why it was found in there. Y'all gotta understand, once they found the money up in there, they automatically knew where it came from. And I know everybody sat back and said, since Tupac, he was trying to leave Death Row, and everybody saw how Snoop Dogg bought Death Row. People know for a fact that it was an inside job, man, and they got Tupac out of the way, and they could have instantly spared that man. They instantly ran up on that man, and they didn't have to do that. Tupac was so-called allegedly reaching for his gun because he knew for a fact that they was finna start blowing.
And then as soon as the car in front of him left, they pulled up, and that's when they got their attention. They had noticed how the window for Tupac is down, but the other window is not down. And at the end of the day, this is what made them realize that that was the moment that they had. And so next thing you know, they jumped out. They tried to get the whole ambulance to come down and everything like that. Tupac brother said that any accountability is good. They trying to get justice for Pac. If you rocking with Tupac, put the 222s in the comment section, man. And so at the end of the day, it's a lot of people who's tied to this whole entire thing. And this marks a long time coming, man. They caught the dudes coming out the body cam. They seen the body cam footage of the dudes hiding in the garage once the fans knew exactly where they were. They had a crane operator come and snag and disable the garage door. It slung right up, and the two dudes was there laying on the ground. They had a whole entire dude who had the helmet cam right through the whole scope.